Welcome, Gemini, to your zodiac reading for the month ahead. This is timeless, so it doesn't matter when you find it. I'm hoping Gemini is doing well. Let's see. You may be having some difficulties with things not really flowing. Like there's definitely some type of stagnancy or like stop-start energy, or things just not going as smoothly as they could. Some of you may be in a bit more of a watchful energy at this point in time. Just kind of, you could be a little bit guarded, but you could just be a little bit like distrusting, or maybe discerning, maybe keeping boundaries in place, keeping people at a little bit of a distance until you get a feel for them and what they're like. And I feel like it works. You're keeping an eye out for who's around and what they're like, and whether you're going to progress, like let them in any way. And I feel like they show, even though I think that you really like this person, and I don't think there's like anything about who they are that you don't like. I think they do something that kind of illuminates you to the fact that they're probably not trustworthy. For some of you, I feel like you find out that they're quite manipulative. For others of you, you see that they may be like calculative, or like they're trying to like orchestrate something, or they're trying to like put one face forward and kind of take actions that don't suit what they're saying. Like they're definitely, but I don't know, it's weird because I feel like they're pretty fluent in what they say and do, but I think this person's used to lying and used to getting away with it, and they probably don't come across people that have such a like strong or keen sense of discernment. That or something that they do this time gives them away. Anyway, and I think they realize the moment that the penny drops, like with you, that they didn't get away with it. So they're going to backtrack pretty quickly. They're going to change their story. They're probably not going to admit to it unless they like just purely don't see any way out. And I feel like after this, you kind of go into more of a self-protective mode where you're really just keeping people out or keeping them at bay. I think, do you know what it is? I think that Gemini knows their worth, and they're going to keep themselves protected in some way. They're going to protect their self-worth. They're not going to engage with a person that's going to try to like influence that in any way, despite what this person may try to tell you. And I do feel for some of you that this person may actually try to tell you things that are really unpleasant to hear about yourself, and they may not necessarily be true, but they're definitely trying to get into your head, and I think they want to cause some type of like rumination or something. And the thing is that you like this person so much on their own without them doing any of this stuff that you actually really would have, like, I feel like if they didn't do this stuff, you could have had a really good relationship. And like maybe they do it because they feel like they wouldn't be able to have a relationship with you if they didn't, but then it kind of defeats the purpose, because then you don't want to have a relationship with a person not being honest. I feel like I'm kind of out of breath when I'm talking about this. I'm talking about it pretty fast, and I don't know if for some of you, if it's just exhausting or it's a little bit like anxiety provoking, and it makes some of you feel kind of trapped from whatever the situation is that comes about. For some of you, I think you can tell that they are orchestrating something, and this person has no idea that you know. They're still trying to convince you of something, but you take a self-protective stance and you take a step back, and you're actually trying to find a way out of this mess. Like, what way can I kind of slip out the back door without being noticed or discovered? What way can I get out of this without giving myself or my knowledge away? And I think with some time, you do kind of work out how you feel about it within yourself and what perspective that you value and hold dear. And then it's just a case of trying to work out how you enact that, how you move forward, or I guess what you take forward into the future with you. And you kind of restore to your natural state of being like blessed, fertile, gracious, really feminine, like kind of nurturing. Just really like being your natural, beautiful self, whatever that means for you. Okay, I'm just gonna see if I can take another card. I do feel a little bit like in potential fight or flight for any of you that may resonate for. It's hard to tell whether it's your energy or if it's this person's energy. I do feel like it's probably Gemini's energy because this person has flagged something within Gemini that's maybe not safe, or Gemini can't relax because they feel like they might be vulnerable if they're around this person. And you might leave this person in the dust as you are moving towards a new beginning. And the difference is that you've done this before. So next time around, you'll know how to navigate this situation better. I've got a card that I'm not going to display, so I'll just leave a gap where it would normally go. So we have the Gemini card coming out again. It says Gemini with this person, and I feel like this person will probably try to get on your good side, but it's kind of, it gives me the energy of them trying to get close enough to be able to like have a level of influence over you and try to do some damage that way. And it's funny because the space where the card that I can't show because of like what is it, YouTube like censoring videos, it's actually the spot that's left empty is the devil. So, and it quite lines up with like a card called Torment. So this person's intention is to get close enough to actually affect you. Maybe they want to like mentally torment you in some way or cause that mental rumination we mentioned earlier. So what I might do is just cover the picture and show you like the words so that we can see that. Oh, it's not torment, it's cruelty. But I was seeing another card in mine. So this is actually like the Nine of Swords. So this person definitely wants to create some sort of stress or depression or mental rumination. Such a weird energy. I feel like it's maybe because they suffer with these things, but they like, it's almost like a game playing kind of quality. Like they want someone else to be doing it with them, or they want to affect someone deeply because they feel like they don't feel significant enough in your life or other people's lives. Maybe just in their general self-worth. It's hard to say. This person could have Capricorn in their chart, but that won't be for everybody. Or they could have a zodiac that they could have like a lot of Venus in their chart, so they could be like a Leo or a Taurus, or they could just have those significant placements in their chart as well. We actually have the Empress here twice as well. So, and I feel like the fact that you know better and you put that like distance in there, I feel like this whole conundrum may make you feel stressed and a little bit like anxious or depressed about like even having to be in this position. But as long as you don't, I think you should trust your instincts here and the way that you've navigated it, that if you let this person in, it would be much worse than what you're experiencing now. So this way you get to maintain your energy, you get to stay in your health and well-being and receptive mode. I feel like my heart's still beating. I do feel like it'll be much more peaceful for you when this is put to bed. And maybe for some of you, it actually, you might get worked up about it. I'm just going to put this card face down so that I don't have to keep holding it. For some of you, this is like new territory. Like you've never gone here before or come here before or been in a situation like this. So you're trying to work out what to do, and I feel like our emotions might be getting the better of ourselves in terms of like wanting to do something about it to kind of like cease it. I'm getting like a ceasefire energy, like how do I stop this, or how do I get even, or how do I put them in their place, or something like that. It's like you want to be able to take charge of the situation and take action, and it's like, I feel like Gemini might be like thinking about what you can do, and I feel like you're patient and you take your time for a while, and at some point it probably gets the better of you. And I do wonder, I do have to caution you to, I don't know what it is. I think that I want to caution you that if you do get impatient or aggravated by whatever the situation is that you're experiencing, to just be mindful that there is a potential to like fly off the handle with this situation. So yeah, I don't know what the situation is, so I don't know like what's playing out, and I'm not here to say what's right or wrong. Maybe just the fact to be mindful of any tempers or jumping the gun or anything like that, just because of your own experience of what you will have to experience. So, but otherwise, I feel like that's everything that I have for you, Gemini. I guess Spirit's just saying to trust in yourself overall. I feel like Spirit wants you to be happy, that knowing that you've made really good decisions about it so far. You've come from a place of like a quite centered energy and like a balanced, I don't know, like you seem to be, you've just made good choices, I think, in terms of boundaries and things like that, and keeping distance in. And I think that you'll find that it ultimately is really helpful to your situation in regards to whatever plays out here. Oh, they're saying that I can take some more cards, so we might just see like if we can get more information on like what plays out. Because this is meant to be for like the month ahead, so this could just be, it's hard to say if it's something that takes a while to play out, or if it happens quite quickly and we want to know a little bit more. But yeah, someone's definitely in like a defensive energy. And we've had the Magician here show up for Mercury, which can be representative of Gemini as well. Okay, that should be the last one. Yeah, so some of you may get a little bit hot-headed by the situation, or worked up and want to defend yourself or something like that, or I don't know. Just be mindful of whatever actions you choose to take, that you're grounded when you take them. But ultimately, I feel like you'll actually transmute the situation really well. Like you'll be able to transform it in a way that it kind of seems like you pulled it out of nowhere. It almost seems like you pulled a rabbit out of a hat, and you just, it seems like you did the near impossible. And then it's just like another lap around the sun after that. We just move on with life onto the next cycle, and it's all kind of closed off. So I think it all eventually works itself out. Yeah. Okay, that's everything that I have for you, Gemini, for the upcoming month. Hopefully this was helpful in some way, and I'll see you all in another reading. Thanks.